Let's talk about the meaning of setting intention in your charms and how it can help you with your readings. First of all, let's take the example of the sword. This can be, of course, a sword, it could be a dagger, it could be a lot of different things, but let's just call it a sword for our purposes today. So a sword can obviously represent conflict, it can represent protection. In the tarot, the sword suit is all about ideas in the intellectual realm, the mental realm. And then if we take something like the fox, again, the fox is something that actually has a lot of meanings. Some people see the fox as very cunning and sharp, and it can actually be a very kind of negative creature or symbol of somebody that's trying to take advantage of you or someone sly. Alternatively, the fox can also be really witty. It can be very smart. It can also be something like foxy, like cool person that's very foxy and attractive. So if we were to get these two charms together in a reading, like if they were to fall, let's say something like this, what would that mean to you? Well, it can be really confusing as a beginner because they both have a lot of symbolism and they can both kind of equal positive and negative things. So this is where having the intention set before you do your charm casting can be so helpful. Because if you decide that the sword is going to represent conflict and the fox is going to represent someone sly or someone cunning, then having these two together is like a very clear warning that someone is trying to do harm to you, do you wrong, and you need to kind of watch your back, pay attention around you. Versus if this is going to represent something more positive, like someone who gets what they want but in more of a positive way, someone that uses their intelligence to get what they want, and then the sword were to also represent intelligence or ideas, then these two coming together is again just a powerhouse of new ideas. It could symbolize someone making huge progress and making quick, sharp decisions that are very beneficial to them. And we can see how both of those examples are so different. On one hand, we're having an example of a reading where someone's doing you wrong, someone you need to look out for somebody, there's some kind of struggle or strife. Versus in the other option, there's some great ideas on the horizon here. You've got to be sharp-witted and smart because something can really come alive here in a positive way. Those are both two very, very different readings, and of course will be made a lot simpler if you do set intention before you do charm casting, especially at the beginning. As you grow to practice your charm reading, you don't necessarily need to stick to the script as much. You can kind of go off the cuff, especially following your intuition. That's kind of the goal where we hope to get to. But especially at the beginning, it can be helpful to kind of set those boundaries for what charms mean, because otherwise you might find yourself very stumped on